Waiting in the operating room corridor, Ryan Carter had only one thought. Could he save this child? The 8-year-old patient was critical, would be lost within weeks without a kidney transplant. Ryan's kidney was a perfect match, a medically rare occurrence. But behind this miraculous compatibility lay an even greater miracle. The child receiving his kidney was the son he'd given to another family 7 years ago. Welcome to Stories Worth Telling. Before we begin this powerful story of sacrifice, hope, and unexpected miracles, please let us know in the comments which city you're watching us from today. And if you believe stories like these deserve to be remembered, hit that subscribe button and help us ensure they're never forgotten. Wednesday morning, the corridors of Seattle Children's Hospital bustled with their usual activity. Ryan Carter arrived at the hospital with emergency leave from his architecture firm, not yet grasping the magnitude of what he was about to face. The 35-year-old successful architect had been on the organ donor list for 3 years, wanting to prevent other families from experiencing the same pain due to a bitter loss in his past. "Mr. Carter," said Dr. Patricia Williams, the nephrology specialist, "the reason we asked you to come immediately is that we have an 8-year-old patient in critical condition, Liam Thompson. He's in very bad shape due to an extremely rare kidney disease." Ryan nodded. "How are the test results? Are we compatible?" "I've been working in this field for 20 years, Dr. Williams said with amazement. "I've never seen such a perfect match. It's as if you're twin brothers. Tissue compatibility, 100%, identical blood group, complete HLA type matching. This situation is statistically almost impossible." Ryan's brows furrowed. How impossible? The probability of seeing such compatibility between strangers is 1 in a million. Usually, we only see this kind of perfect match between close relatives. This information bothered Ryan, but he didn't dwell on it. Maybe they were just lucky. "Can I get information about the child?" Dr. Williams opened her file. "Liam Thompson, 8 years old. He's been suffering from kidney failure since age 3, dependent on dialysis. His family adopted him as a baby, a very loving family, but the cost of the disease has devastated them. We'll lose him within weeks without a transplant." "Adoption?" Ryan's heart raced. "When?" "According to the file, 7 years ago. Why?" Ryan shook his head, hiding his voice. "Just curious. When can we do the surgery?" "As soon as you're ready. Every minute counts for this child." Walking through the hospital corridor, Ryan's mind was confused. 7 years ago. Adoption. 8 years old. Which would make him 1 year old 7 years ago. No, it was just coincidence. There were millions of adopted children in the world. But still. Ryan pulled out his phone and began reviewing memories from 7 years ago. That terrible period. Losing Emma during childbirth, being left alone with a newborn baby, losing his job, falling into depression. And then that painful decision. "Maybe it's better for your son," the social services specialist had said. "He needs more than the love you can give him right now." When Ryan held his baby for the last time, he had named him Liam. It was Emma's chosen name, and now, "Not possible," Michael murmured. But his heart was beating too fast. He found Dr. Williams again. "Doctor, can I see the child? I want to know who I'm giving my kidney to." "Of course. But I want you to know his family will be there too. And Michael, this might be emotional for you. Many donors want to see the patient but struggle afterward." Michael passed through the doors of the intensive care unit, the room filled with machine sounds, monitor beeps. A small child lay in the bed, pale and weak, but his face looked peaceful. Next to him sat a worried-looking middle-aged couple. But when Michael saw the child, his world stopped. That nose shape, that hair color, the shape of his fingers, the small scar at the corner of his lips, everything, every detail was familiar because Michael saw the same features on his own face in the mirror every day. This was Ethan. His Ethan. "You must be Michael," said the woman standing up. "I'm Jennifer Miller, and this is my husband Robert. When we heard you agreed to donate your kidney..." Words are inadequate. Michael was trembling. I just wanted to help." "Ethan is our miracle," Robert said, looking at his son. "When we got him at 7 years old, he wasn't very sick, but the situation has worsened over the past 2 years." 7 years old? Michael's voice was gone. "So he's 8 years old." "Yes, he turned 8 last month. He couldn't even eat birthday cake because he was so sick." Michael's eyes filled with tears. He had missed his son's 8th birthday. Actually, he had missed 7 birthdays. "Excuse me," Michael said with a trembling voice. "Can I step outside for a minute?" In the corridor, Michael leaned against the wall and began to cry. 7 years. 7 years he didn't know his son was sick, suffering, needing him. And now chance had brought them together. Dr. Williams found him. "Michael, are you okay?" "Doctor," Michael said, crying, "that child, he's my son." Dr. Williams was surprised. "What do you mean?" 7 years ago, I gave up my baby for adoption. I named him Ethan. And that child, I see myself in every detail." "My God," Dr. Williams said. This explains the perfect match. Such compatibility between father and son is normal." "Should I tell them?" Michael was panicking. "How do I explain this situation?" "Michael, calm down. Let's be sure first. We can do a DNA test, but right now Ethan's life is in danger. If the surgery is postponed..." "No," Michael said firmly. "The surgery will happen. Whether he's my son or not, we need to save that child." 2 hours later, Michael was on the operating table. In the final moments before anesthesia, his only thought was his son, his own Ethan, the child he'd given up 7 years ago, missed every day, believed he'd made a mistake about. "Michael," said the anesthesiologist, "are you ready?" "I'm ready," Michael said. "Save my son." The surgery lasted 5 hours. When Michael woke up, Jennifer Miller was sitting next to him, her eyes red but happy. "The surgery was successful," Jennifer said. "Ethan's body immediately accepted the kidney. The doctors say it's amazing." "How is he?" Michael asked. "Awake and talking. He wants to meet you." Michael's heart raced. "I want to talk to him too." Jennifer hesitated a bit. "Michael, I'll tell you something strange. When Ethan woke up, he kept asking, 'Who was the man who gave me his kidney?' When we told him your name, he was surprised." "Why?" "He said, 'Michael was my real father's name. My mom used to call him that. Of course, it's coincidence, but..." Michael's heart stopped. "Ethan said this?" "Yes. Strange, isn't it? As if there was a connection." That evening, Michael sat in Ethan's room. The child looked much better. There was brightness in his eyes. "Hello, Michael," Ethan said. "Are you the one who gave me your kidney?" "Yes," Michael said, smiling. "How do you feel?" "Much better. Thank you." Ethan paused, then looked carefully at Michael's face. "I'll say something strange. You seem familiar to me." Michael's breath caught. "Really?" "Yes, like I've seen you before. Maybe in my dreams." "Ethan," Michael said carefully, "do you remember when you were born?" Ethan shook his head. "No, I was too small. But sometimes in my dreams there's a man. He sings to me. And that song, do you know Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star?" Michael's eyes filled. He used to sing that song to baby Ethan every night. "Yes, I know it." "Will you sing it to me, please?" Michael began singing the song, trembling. Ethan's face lit up, and he began singing along. In that moment, both knew. Despite being unexplainable, there was a special bond between them. The next day, Dr. Williams came with DNA test results. But even before the test was done, everyone knew the truth. 99.97% match, Dr. Williams.
Michael, Ethan is definitely your son.
Jennifer and Robert were shocked. How was this possible? Robert asked. Michael took a deep breath. 7 years ago, my wife died during childbirth. I was left alone, fell into depression, lost my job. I thought I couldn't provide for Ethan, and his voice broke. I gave him up for a better life. Jennifer was crying. So you're his real father? Yes. And now I gave my kidney to keep him alive, because I lost him 7 years ago and don't want to lose him again. Robert stood up. Michael, we've been raising Ethan for 7 years. He's our son. I know, Michael said. And you've been wonderful parents to him. I don't want to change that. So what do you want? Jennifer asked. I just want to be in his life. I want to know him. I can't make up for the 7 lost years, but... Ethan entered the room in his wheelchair. Are you talking about me? Jennifer knelt down. Ethan, we have something important to tell you. What? Michael stepped forward. Ethan, I was your birth father. Ethan looked at Michael, his eyes wide. Really? Yes. 7 years ago, I loved you very much, but thought I couldn't take care of you. I gave you to Jennifer and Robert because they could take better care of you. You loved me? Ethan asked. Very much. I thought about you every day. Ethan looked thoughtful. So what happens now? Robert stepped forward. Ethan will still be your family. Nothing will change. But Michael can also be in your life, if you want. Will I have 2 dads? Ethan asked. Michael smiled. I can be your birth father, but Robert is your real dad. He raised you, took care of you. I just want to be your friend. Ethan reached for Michael. Thank you for giving me your kidney, birth dad. Michael took him in his arms and cried. After 7 years, he was holding his son again. 3 months later, Ethan had completely recovered. Michael had taken a regular role in his life. Weekend visits, school plays, doctor appointments. Jennifer and Robert had initially hesitated, but they understood that Michael's only desire was Ethan's happiness. Michael, Jennifer said one day, I want to tell you something. Ethan looks much happier now, as if a missing piece has been put back in place. Me too, Michael said. He was my missing piece. Ethan came running. Michael, look how I can run. Michael picked him up. You're amazing, son. Michael, Ethan said. Do you think my mom can see me? From heaven? Michael's eyes filled. I'm sure she can see you, and she's very proud. Is she proud of you too? Yes, Michael said. Because you saved me. You saved both of us. That night, as Michael drove home, a message came to his phone. It was from Ethan. Good night, birth dad. I love you. Michael smiled and replied, I love you too, son. I always did. But the story didn't end there. 6 months after the surgery, Michael received an unexpected call from Dr. Williams. Michael, I have some interesting news. The hospital board has asked me to offer you something. What's that? They want to create a new program called the Ethan Miller Foundation for Family Reunion Through Medical Miracles. They want you to head it. Michael was surprised. What would that involve? Helping other families who might be in similar situations. Connecting organ donors with recipients, especially in cases where there might be unknown family connections. Your story has inspired many people. Michael thought about it. Would Ethan be involved? Only if you and his family agree. But Michael, your story could help reunite other families. That evening, Michael discussed the proposal with Jennifer, Robert, and Ethan. They were sitting in the Millers' living room, which had become like a second home to Michael. I think it's a wonderful idea, Jennifer said. What you two have found, other families should have that chance too. Robert nodded. And maybe Ethan could help. He could talk to other children going through medical treatments. Ethan's eyes lit up. Could I really help other kids? Would you want to? Michael asked. Yes, I want to help kids like me find their birth families, or help families find each other. Michael felt his heart swell with pride. His son had inherited not just his DNA, but his compassion. 1 year after the surgery, the Ethan Miller Foundation held its first annual fundraising gala. Michael stood at the podium looking out at hundreds of attendees, including medical professionals, families who had been reunited through organ donation, and many others touched by their story. "A year ago," Michael began, "I thought I was simply saving a stranger's life. I had no idea I was about to find the most important person I'd ever lost." In the audience, Ethan sat between Jennifer and Robert, wearing a small tuxedo and beaming with pride. Next to them sat Margaret Chen, Michael's mother, who had flown in from California. She was crying tears of joy. Not only had she gotten her son back from his years of grief, but she had gained a grandson she never knew existed. The foundation has already helped facilitate 12 family reunions through our donor-recipient matching program, Michael continued. But more than that, we've learned that family isn't just about blood. It's about love, sacrifice, and the courage to open your heart, even when you're scared. After the gala, the extended family gathered at the Miller's house. It had become tradition. Sunday dinners with Michael, Jennifer, Robert, Ethan, and now Margaret. Sometimes Dr. Williams joined them too, along with other medical staff who had become like family. "Grandma Maggie," Ethan said to Margaret, "will you tell me more stories about when my birth dad was little?" Margaret smiled, ruffling Ethan's hair. "Did you know he used to build things with blocks just like you do, and he had the same stubborn streak?" "What's a stubborn streak?" Ethan asked. "It means when you decide to do something good, nothing can stop you," Michael said, looking at his son with wonder. As the evening wound down, Michael and Ethan stepped out onto the back porch. It had become their ritual, a few minutes alone to talk about their day. "Michael," Ethan said, looking up at the stars, "do you think Mama Sarah can see us now?" Michael followed his gaze upward. "I think she can, and I think she's happy that we found each other. Are you happy we found each other?" Michael knelt down to Ethan's level. "Finding you again was the best thing that ever happened to me. You know why?" "Why?" "Because you taught me that love doesn't end, even when we think it's lost. And you taught me that sometimes the bravest thing we can do is help someone else, even when we don't know what we'll get in return." Ethan hugged him tightly. "I'm glad you gave me your kidney. I'm glad too. But Ethan, I want you to remember something important." "What?" "I didn't just give you my kidney. You gave me my life back. You gave me hope back. You gave me a reason to believe in miracles again." The next morning, Michael woke up to a text from Ethan. "Birth Dad, I had a dream about Mama Sarah last night. She said thank you for taking care of me." Michael wiped away a tear and texted back, "She's been taking care of both of us, son. She brought us back together." Later that day at the foundation office, Michael received a call from a woman in tears. "Mr. Stevens, my name is Carolyn Walsh. I just donated my kidney to a 7-year-old boy and something strange happened. The doctors say our compatibility is so perfect it's like we're related. But I gave up a baby for adoption 8 years ago." Michael smiled, grabbing a pen and paper. "Carolyn, let me tell you about our program, and let me tell you that sometimes the universe has a way of bringing families back together when they're ready to find each other." As he talked Carolyn through the process, Michael looked at the framed photo on his desk, Ethan's latest school picture, with a note written on the back. "To my birth dad who saved my life and found his way home." Sometimes, Michael reflected, we think we're giving something away only to discover we're actually receiving exactly what we need. He had given Ethan up to save him and then given his kidney to save him again. But in both cases, it was really Ethan who had saved Michael. The phone rang again. Another family, another story, another chance for love to find its way back home. Michael answered with a smile. "Ethan Miller Foundation, this is Michael. How can we help reunite your family today? Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey of sacrifice, discovery, and the miraculous ways love finds us when we least expect it." Michael and Ethan's story reminds us that sometimes our greatest losses lead to our greatest discoveries, and that love is stronger than time, distance, or circumstance. If this story moved you and reminded you of the power of second chances and the beauty of unconditional love, please like, share, and subscribe to Stories Worth Telling. Join us for more inspiring tales that celebrate the extraordinary power of human connection and the beautiful truth that family always finds a way. Remember, sometimes the greatest gifts we give are the ones we never expected to receive in return. And sometimes home isn't a place we return to, it's a person we choose to save. Until next time, keep believing in miracles, and never forget that love always finds a way back home.